Hello all. Today I give up and talk about Donald Trump. Unlike most though, I'm not going to focus on the newest outrageous thing he has said. I'm going to focus on what he wants. To me, it's fairly obvious that what he wants is a Democrat in the White House that owes a lot to Donald Trump. The media's approach seems to be to take him at face value and believe him when he says he wants to be president. This is silly. Here's why. Donald Trump is not an idiot. With infinitely more name recognition than any other candidate, billions of dollars, a genius for public relations, and a national news media falling all over itself to report everything he says, Trump hasn't managed to crest 25% of Republican voters. As more of the no-hope Republican candidates fall away, their support will go to candidates that can actually win. Trump knows he's never going to be president. He knows that running is great promotion, but he also knows this. The longer Trump is in the race, the more unelectable the Republicans become. To win in the general election, the Republicans need to get more people of color on their side. They were actually pretty well prepared for 2016. Both their biggest lunatic and their prettiest candidate and probable vice presidential nominee are Latino. The likely nominee for president speaks Spanish and has a telegenic Latino family. Trump has made the GOP's problem much, much harder. The Republicans now have no choice but to talk about immigration, and every candidate is making ugly statements that are going to hurt them in the general election.
Excuse me?
Do you worry that using the term anchor babies could affect your ability to win the Hispanic vote?
Look, what I was talking about was the specific case of fraud being committed where there's organized efforts, and frankly, it's more related to Asian people coming into our country, having children.
Trump is not an idiot. He knows what he's doing to them, and he knows that if a Democrat ends up in the White House, that person, be it Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden, will owe him big. But Trump doesn't do things for free. It's not like him to wait for 2017 for his payment. In fact, he may have already been paid back in 2012. This is impossible to verify, so let's put on our tinfoil hat to talk about it. Regardless, it's an interesting piece of information. Have you ever seen this building? It's the old Post Office Pavilion on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. It's owned by the General Services Administration, a part of the executive branch of the United States government, which is currently controlled by the Democrats. It's a beautiful old building, but it hasn't had an actual purpose since 1914, so the GSA finally decided to lease it out long-term in 2010. In 2012, Donald Trump won the bidding, and he is turning it into a luxury hotel. This is very strange. He has no experience with historical preservation, he has never done anything else in the district, and he bid out a number of well-connected Washington, D.C. contractors. Why do you think that is? There's no way to prove it, but his current actions in service to the Democratic Party may have a lot to do with what he's gotten from the Democratic Party. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And if you'd like to help me make more videos like this one, please click on the Patreon link here to find out how.